Imagine your entire town builds colossal demons only to torch them in one night. Wait, what? In Bali, this isn't just an art project, it's a spiritual reset, a ritual that shows humans everywhere how to make sense out of evil. Welcome to Around the World of Faith for the spiritually curious, the questioners, and the deconstructors. If you've ever looked at religion and thought, wait, what? You're in the right place. The Ogoh-Ogoh parade happens on the eve of Nyepi, Bali's Day of Silence. Communities spend weeks crafting colossal effigies, monstrous demons with fangs, bulging eyes, and claws. Some tower over 6 meters. They're made from bamboo, foam, paper mache, anything else chosen creatively. These effigies embody negative forces like jealousy, violence, and arrogance. Villages compete to create the most fearsome representation of evil. Before the parade begins, villagers bang pots, pans, and gongs in a frenzied rhythm, driving demons out of homes and businesses and into the streets where the Ogoh-Ogoh await.
So do you guys do this for the evil spirits to go away? Yeah.
Thousands of offerings, prayers, and small sacrifices accompany the chaos, sweeping away negative spirits. As night falls, the streets come alive with gamelan music and the pounding of traditional instruments. The noise and fiery procession confuse any lingering spirits and ensure they're expelled from the community. The climax is the burning of the Ogoh-Ogoh. Flames rise, symbolizing the destruction of negative energies, and the ashes are swept into the sea, ensuring the spirits cannot return. This dramatic purification prepares Bali for Nyepi, a day of complete silence, stillness, reflection, and renewal. Please like and subscribe or drop a comment. I'd love to hear from fellow wanderers. Now let's be real. Do demons actually get lured into a parade where they then climb into paper mache giants and then flee the island once the fire scares them away? That's definitely what the Balinese believe. You can choose to believe what you like. It doesn't seem likely, but that's religion and spirituality in a nutshell, isn't it? People invent stories to wrestle with the chaos they can't control, and somehow building a monster and setting it on fire feels like it works. It's a catharsis you can see and smell. And here's the amazing part. Bali isn't alone. People all around the world have invented rituals to give evil a face and then driven it out. In Japan's Shinto tradition, families shout, "Demons out, fortune in," while tossing beans to chase spirits from their homes. In Mexico's Catholic communities, effigies of Judas are stuffed with fireworks and exploded in the streets during Holy Week. Sometimes modern targets of betrayal are included, like political figures, even Donald Trump. In medieval Christian Europe, villagers drag grotesque figures through towns before Lent, mocking evil before tossing it into the fire. In India's Hindu festival of Holi, bonfires consume the demoness Holika, clearing the way for spring's joy. Another version of Hinduism in Goa, the demon Narukasuru. In Tibetan Buddhism, demon effigies burned at the year-end ritual of Gutur. In England's Protestant history, Guy Fawkes Night turns the guy into a scapegoat figure set ablaze every November 5th. Even the now infamous Burning Man Festival sends demons away in flames, whether based on medieval times or corruption in this century. Across continents and religions, the pattern is the same. Give evil a body, destroy it, and start fresh. I've been lucky enough to experience Ogoh-Ogoh up close. Several times I attended parades where I taught Chengdu Community School, where each grade spent weeks making their own demon. Imagine second graders with chicken wire and paint, conjuring up the most terrifying thing they can imagine. I've also attended the full nighttime parades where the creatures towered over the crowd, swaying, snarling to the rhythmic sound of the gamelan. The heat, the sounds, the sweat. It is spectacular, surreal, chaotic, mesmerizing, bucket list shit. In one word, otherworldly. The whole cycle stretched across days, but the parade and the burning were the climax. And then after the burning, the darkness. All lights off, so the demons cannot see their way home. The silence. No cars, no music. Stay inside behind the curtains. Watching it, I kept asking myself, if these spirits aren't real, what's the real demon being chased away here? Maybe it was never about demons in the first place. Maybe it was about giving shape to the heaviness we all carry, clearing out fear for something new. Strip away the myth, and what remains is this simple truth. Humans need ways to release what haunts them, to reset, to begin again. I didn't see spirits in the streets of Bali, but I do see something universal. Rituals that help us lay down fear, anger, and sorrow and walk a little lighter. However you name the sacred, God, nature, humanity, or just the mystery of being alive, you know the ache of holding too much, and you know the freedom of letting go. If you ever felt that religion is less about divine power and more about human longing, you're not alone. Believe me, you are not alone. Stay curious, stay searching, and when the weight feels heavy, may you find your own fire to cast it into. Thank you.